Welcome back. This is still Tea, Your Coffee on High Impact Television. That was really an interesting conversation with Bimpe Omochekwa on intertribal marriages. Now let's move to the next interview segment, which is surviving widowhood. I have two beautiful women with me in the studio. I have Yesufu Beatrice Omowumi. She is the president of Widowers Widow Enterprise. And I also have Bileu Temitokpe. She's also a member of that initiative. Good morning and you're welcome.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good to have you on the show.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yes, so it is Christian Widowers
Empowerment.
Thank you. Yes, you're welcome to the show.
Okay.
So please to kick.
All right, so let's talk about the power of a widow. Because after losing your spouse, you get to take up the responsibility of the children, of the family, which usually was the role of two people involved.
Yes.
So how, do you go about and survive that path?
Thanks so much. The life of a widow is not just something that you bargain for. You didn't plan for it. But you find yourself that the man you call your husband is not there again.
Okay.
Number one thing, you need to realize that the man is not there again. The ability to realize that is the healing process. Not that the man is not there. You look up onto your husband, okay, we need this. This is what I can afford. Get this one done. Let this one wait. But now, you are going to be the one to plan it. Maybe based on what you earn as a salary, or the trade you are into, your business, or maybe some husband that left, they have something on grant. You just have to fall back on something, or there's nothing except your job. So you have to rethink. That is where rethink comes in. If you are living in a 3-bedroom flat before, you have to start planning whether to go to a room and parlor safe or a 2-bedroom flat. You have to cut the cost. That is number one thing. But the problem is that majority don't realize that in time. You still live as if the man is there, even when you are not seeing the man physically. And when you could not realize that on time, you discover that you begin to dig into some things you are not supposed to do. Because you want to pay bills. You want things to work as if the man is there. So the moment you're able to realize that now I look up onto God, my job, and I have to cut costs. Some before the husband died, maybe the children are in a school where you pay a lot of money. The bill is high. You have to rethink. I have to move these children from there to a better place where the cost will be low. So to survive in the midst of this, it takes a lot of factors.
Okay. All right. I would like to hear from you, Temitokpe. What are the travails of being a widow?
There are a lot of travails being a widow.
Okay.
The pain, the loneliness, the chain, because being a widow, you are cuffed together in your heart. Because the children, bringing them up is a problem, is a challenge. You don't want people to say that after the death of their father, they go other way. The education is based. For me, when I lost my husband, I dropped a lot of things. I don't do ashwebi. I don't go to parties. Because that focus depends on my children.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
because
of course.
if you don't focus on them, they are the future of tomorrow. But the impact of it is the loneliness and the depression that followed. You get what I'm saying? So somebody has to be always in prayer room to survive.
That's why you
the pain.
Yes, the pain.
It's caused a lot of pain.
Yes.
I don't pray for my enemies to go into widowhood. Because a lot of things come out of it, even the family.
Yes, I was about to go into that. How do you
The
handle
family, I have somebody that lost the husband for 10 years. We don't even consult, no family interaction. Wow. How would that person survive? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, and it's
if you
really
can give
quite
me,
painful.
look at that lady, the one that happened in East. She has a child of 6 years to feed on, to pay accommodation. And some ladies plan for her. Thank God for the justice of Nigeria for today. She needs to survive to make that child happy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But not all women can do that.
Okay.
You can't be fornicating about because you want to make a child to survive. So the only thing a widow needs is the prayer room, the inner prayer room. That's the key point.
Thank you. You know, we will continue this conversation, but we need to go on a quick break. We are still talking about surviving widowhood, and the phone line is open. But let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Stay glued.
Abominate, abominate, abominate.
Back, we're still talking about surviving widowhood, and we have Bimpe Owuchekwa. We couldn't just let her go.
Yes, she's back in the studio.
She has some points to make also. And we still have Bilewu Temitokpe and Beatrice Omonwumi Yesufu. Okay, so I saw this story on social media, and she says, my husband died 2017 from Ibuso Delta. My hair was shaved. My pubic hair was shaved. I was filled with nylon. Everything I touched was termed unclean. I was made to lie on my husband's grave 2 p.m. I was taken to the paramount chief for clarity, and this is a true life story.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what women go through. So I really want to know how you can handle it as a woman such that you know when someone is infringing on your rights just because your husband is dead. I hear people even say that you killed your husband.
Yes.
It's as bad as that.
That's why she started the Christian Widowhood. Because now we're coming on the here to we want the widows to speak out. Some are dying silently. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
There was a lady that put it on the platform too, that her husband died, blah, blah, blah. They asked her to do. You know, this Igbo tradition, like what Bimpe told me this morning, that is not all. You understand that? Because she's married to them, so she knows the what is going on there, that there are some questions you need to know. But not all men can put out that question. When the thing is getting sweeter, until when you are able to penetrate. But you won't. There's some relationship now where you say, my child should not marry from one tradition, my child should not marry from this, you understand? It affects most of them. But the parents know what they are talking about.
Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, on that very particular point,
yes,
individual culture differs. When you're married to a man, it is your responsibility as a woman to know the culture of that very particular tribe. I'm from Kwara. I marry a Edo man. Right from the stage, I want a situation whereby we'll be friends, but it does not work. So when the time came that he was not there again, before he slept off, he told me their culture. It was so open that this is what will happen. Once I die, if you carry me to my village, this is what they will do to you. This is what they will do to you. This is what they will do to you. And I asked him, what exactly do you want me to do? And he told me, this is how I want it to go. And once you obey the instruction, you won't have any issue with anybody. And truthfully, as he asked me to do, I did. And I didn't have any problem with anybody.
Okay.
I was with a widow because we have a lot of programs in our organization. Widow visits widow. I do visit widow. On Tuesday, I was with a widow at Egbeda side. It happens to be from where my husband came from.
Okay.
She now, her husband is same village, came from the same village with her. And she told me that exactly what your husband told you, that is what is practiced. Even me, that I'm from that same particular village, they will do the same to me.
Wow.
Say, but my husband, in my own case, her husband was not there to say, do this, don't do that. Do you get it now?
Yes.
Okay.
It is that her husband, there was no sickness, and the man left. So she has to pray, depend on God, and have to choose the one that will be better for her.
Okay.
But it doesn't go for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the lady that they shave her own head now.
Yes.
Maybe she doesn't have money to maybe bury her husband here in Lagos or church to help her to get things done. They carry her there. But she finds herself going through those trauma. It's not that very easy. Number one, she's depressed. She's thinking about her husband. Now you are making her to go through that very particular pain.
Actually,
Too.
exactly. I like the interesting point you're giving, that
Yes,
your
of course.
partner needs to be open about it.
Yes.
And you mentioned something to Bimpe, so I would like to hear from you how women, especially when you get yourself involved into tribal marriage and then you lead to widowhood, how can you survive it?
In 30 seconds.
In
please.
30 seconds, yeah.
I believe you should also keep your mind open.
Okay.
And whatever you're going to go through during that process, I think you should psych yourself. Make a quick switch that it won't last for long. 1 or 2 days, that is the ceremony.
Okay.
And after that, you pick up your life and fly.
Okay.
And you mentioned something about attending meetings,
Yeah.
especially when it has to do with someone that is not from your tribe. So
tribe.
briefly, when you attend those meetings, does that mean that would make your marriage work or survive?
No, it just means what you're to expect is known beforehand.
True.
And so when you have an idea of what you're expecting, the way you handle the effect of this man being gone is different from somebody that has no inkling to what is going to be done to her.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I knew I was going to be shaved,
How will I go?
then I would have been prepared
Of course.
towards
you
it.
would have been.
Then I probably would have had wigs ready.
But Bimpe, do you know that some men, some family, you made a mention, if they don't like you,
If they don't like
maltreat you.
Yeah. It's an opportunity.
You understand? They're waiting for that day.
This conversation is...
So you have to be very, you have to be like her.
It's not a matter of being
She
like
told
or
me
not
now
being
that,
Let me check this.
she told me now today that
Okay.
there's a brother-in-law.
Okay.
They have to be best friend because of a statement.
But then, Temitope, I know how much you're getting into this conversation. We need to wrap up the show, but immediately after this, trust me, we're taking this conversation out of the studio.
Okay.
But then, in 30 seconds, what would be your advice to every woman out there?
My advice for most women out there is that be prepared.
Okay, that's it. Be prepared. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's been an interesting conversation.
Yes, of course. And that was all we can take on Tea or Coffee today. Join us tomorrow for another exciting episode. My name is Mudukwe Jacobs.
And I am Wurawala Popola. Make sure you have a good day.
Do you want more amazing content from us? All you just have to do is subscribe, and don't forget to click the notifications button so that you can get notified when new videos are up.